Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video compiling all of my frequently asked questions that I received both in person and on the internet about my Incognito braces. So if you're thinking about getting Incognito braces, hopefully this answers all of your questions. And if you still have any, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try and get back to you. And yeah, let's begin. So lingual braces are a special type of brace where they're placed behind your teeth rather than on the front, so they're essentially invisible. They work just like traditional metal braces, so the treatment time is neither longer or shorter. Incognito is a company that actually makes the lingual braces, so I know I use those two terms interchangeably. Lingual is just the type of brace, Incognito is a company or brand that actually makes the lingual braces. The brackets and wires are custom made to fit your mouth, so on your first day, your orthodontist is going to take an impression of your teeth, then they're going to take that impression, send it over to a lab. In my case, it was in Germany because that's where Incognito is based out of. And then it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for them to custom make your brackets and wires. They'll send that over to the office and your ortho will just glue them onto your teeth as they would with traditional metal braces. The main advantage to lingual braces is that they're completely invisible. So if you're a professional adult that tends to be client-facing, or you're just in a corporate environment, or maybe you have a job where you're in front of the camera a lot of the times, or perhaps you play a contact sport or an instrument with your mouth, you'd be the perfect candidate. Or even if you just want something that's more aesthetically pleasing, lingual braces are a great option for you. So my treatment was about $8,000 and I had some help with insurance, so I brought it back down to about $6,500. But definitely try and book as many consultations as you can so you can make the smartest choice for you. I went to about 2 or 3 different orthodontists and I'm really confident and happy with my decision. And I've talked to other people who have gone Incognito in my area and they paid upwards of $10,000 or more. And of course everyone's case is unique and different, so prices will vary, but just do as much research as you can. Generally speaking, it's about $2,000 to $3,000 more than traditional metal braces. A lot of that fee goes over to the company that actually makes your braces, so in my case, Incognito. And another reason why the price is so high is because with each appointment, it takes a little bit longer than traditional metal braces because their orthodontist kind of has to go behind your mouth. It's just a little bit trickier. And not all orthodontists are especially trained in administering Incognito, so they have to go through special training. But I think it's worth it because at the end of the day, it's invisible. No one can tell you have it. So it's a little bit more expensive. Your appointments are going to take a little bit longer, but you get what you pay for. This was definitely one of my biggest concerns is pain. I was so afraid that it would hurt for a really long time and that I wouldn't be able to eat and I would lose like 20 pounds. But yeah, that definitely did not happen. They do not hurt at all, which is the biggest surprise and relief ever. After you get your braces on, yeah, for the first like 3 days, they'll be different. You'll experience some pain, but I wouldn't really so much call it pain. I refer to it as pressure. You just kind of feel pressure on your teeth and mouth. But it's good because that's how you know your teeth are moving. Like your teeth are getting a little sensitive so they could shift into its proper place. So I kind of embrace the pressure. But as for like excruciating pain, I've never felt that. After each tightening or wire change, sure you'll feel that pressure again, but just definitely embrace it. My first week, I was basically on an all liquids diet. I barely ate any solids at all just because my teeth were so sensitive. So I had a lot of smoothies and soups, water, of course. And then by the 6th and 7th day, I started introducing soft solids into my diet. So that included pasta, rice, bread, scrambled eggs, stuff like that. So they were more filling, kind of carby, but I could still chew it and stomach it. So, and then slowly after that, you just start eating all of your normal stuff again. So even now, I eat all of, like, anything I want basically. Maybe I'll have to cook it a little bit longer so it's a little bit softer, or I'll have to cut it into smaller pieces. But generally speaking, I eat all of my normal foods now. But I do try and stay away from things like chips and nuts and gum especially, just because those are harder and I don't really want to mess around with those because I'm afraid they'll break my brackets. But everything else you'll eventually be able to eat again, which I couldn't even fathom like my first day because it was so sensitive. I was really afraid I'd never be able to like bite into a burger again, things like that, but it'll get a lot better soon enough. So I think the best way to improve your speech is just to continue talking. Just hold conversations as normal with family and friends. If you're not big on talking, take out a book or newspaper and just start reading out loud. Even though it can be embarrassing and kind of like defeating to hear that lisp for the first week or so, you just have to do it. You just have to get your tongue acclimated to this new foreign object in your mouth. And soon before you know it, your speech will go back to normal. After I got my top braces on, it took about a week and a half for my speech to go back to normal. I had no lisp at all after a week and a half. And then once I got my bottom braces on my 3rd month, so at that point I had both top and bottom, it took me a little bit longer to get used to them, and even now I have a slight lisp. I'm sure you can hear it throughout the video. It's not totally prominent, but I definitely have it. You can hear it and notice it. And I've tried the best I can, and I've just kind of accepted at this point that I have a lisp. But yeah, it takes, I would say, a week and a half to 2 weeks before you start feeling comfortable and confident speaking normally again. So before I got my braces on, I was really scared that they'd be heavy and bulky and just take up so much room in my mouth. But honestly, the brackets are pretty flat and the wire's pretty thin. So like I mentioned before, 90% of the time I barely even notice that they're there. They don't take half as much room as I thought it would, and it's just comfortable. It actually is pretty comfortable, so I'm really happy about that. But of course, for your first week, you're gonna feel a little odd and weird just because you have this foreign object in your mouth. But soon enough, you'll get used to it and you'll forget it's even there. But yeah, I am so happy with my progress and my experience so far with Incognito braces. It's far better than anything I had imagined before. So if you're thinking about getting Incognito braces, definitely look into it a little bit deeper. Again, feel free to leave any comments or questions that you have down below. But yeah, definitely one of the best decisions that I've made. I'm so happy with it. And I've made a couple of progress videos in the past, starting with my first day up until my 3rd month, and I have some progress pictures there if you guys are curious. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.